Disclaimer: those who have not seen the movie Eko, please skip this reel. Though I tried my best to not give you any context, this might still spoil your experience. All those who have watched the movie might have this question: how did this police officer Narain quickly connected the dots at the end of the movie? How did he come to the conclusion that Kuriyachan might have been restricted instead of being protected? There is not a single scene or a single dialogue which is disconnected from the whole plot in this movie. And so I wanted to figure out there might have been a connection somewhere else. So I just went through the whole movie again and searched for the plots. And the connection was right there. Just the immediate previous scene gives us a hint. In this scene, Papachan out of nowhere brings up Jim Corbett and his expeditions about tiger hunting. And that is the clue. Immediately after this statement, Narain's expression changes and his thoughts take a wild turn, which is visually represented by the wild turning of his car. So let's look at the Jim Corbett story. Jim Corbett learned climbing trees as a protection act while he's trying to hunting tigers or trying to ambush them. And during one of those trials, while trying to catch this leopard of Rudraprayag, he once spent an extremely difficult night on a tree with no platform but just a branch to hang on. It rained so heavily that night, soaking him completely and almost freezing him. Under that heavy downpour, though he knew that the tiger would have got into a shelter, he couldn't because he exposed himself there. Despite the discomfort, he had to stay awake the whole night just so that he doesn't slip off. So the place that he chose as a protection dramatically turned into a restriction, where he couldn't even move, cover himself or even sleep. And this was the scene that allowed the police officer to get to the conclusion, to connect the dots, to think that Kuriyachan might have chosen it as a protection spot, but then he was being restricted. And that's when, in parallel, Piyush also realizes the same thing, and then the dialogue comes.
But sometimes protection and restriction, they both look the same.
This movie has no loose ends, no disconnected plot, no scene or no particular dialogue that is not connected to the story. This is a masterpiece. If you haven't watched it already, go do yourself a favor. Also, let me know in the comments if you have any other doubts or if you have loved any other particular scene which have impressed you so much.